Hey guys, welcome back to Nerdy Pastime. Today we're going to be looking at a orc from the Mythic Legions War of the Etherblade set. And this is a deluxe Legion builder. And apparently there was this orc, the male orc, a female orc, and an elf and a female elf that had come out. I think it was at the end of the year last year. And I got my hands on this one. Thank you for the person who helped me out in the Mythic Legions Cabal. If you haven't checked the Cabal out, by the way, if you're into Mythic Legions, find them on Facebook. It's a really good group. And what little bit I've been in it, I've enjoyed my time there so far. So we're going to see what all he comes with and just check this figure out. Once I got this figure out of the package, I absolutely loved it. And you'll see here in a few minutes why I really enjoyed and like what this figure has to offer. So most of these, just like any Mythic Legions, they have the same usual articulation. So we'll go over that real fast. He's got the usual shoulder up, a little bend at the arm, not 90, but it's good. Swivel at the bicep, and a little bit of swivel at the wrist, and a hinge at the wrist. This gauntlet here, the way this is made, it limits some of the turn in his wrist, just so you know. Head rotation is pretty much the same like any other Mythic. You can look left to right, has a little bit of tilt, up a little. Because of his beard, he's not going to look down though. So that's going to be the only problem. But you'll see in a minute why that may not be such an issue. He's got twist at the waist, a little bit of bend, not much, and he can look this far back, which isn't bad. Legs can come all the way out to here. Then you have pretty good bend at the knee. There is a thigh swivel and a little swivel at the knee. Then you have your normal rocker style foot and can bend back a little bit. Again, this is hindering the back, but the frontwards isn't too bad either, but it's still being hindered a little bit by these areas in the on the foot and the leg. So that's pretty much articulation. Now, let's talk about what makes this figure. Honestly, this is one of the best figures I feel like you could get if you wanted to try the Mythic Legions out, because of accessories. So here are some of the accessories, or these are the accessories that he comes with. So let's look at his weapons first. First, he comes with this crazy looking hammer. And as you can see, there's some really nice details in this thing. Not crazy details, but there's still paint here and there and some weathering in the handle a little bit. He comes with that. Then he comes with this sword here, which has some nice paint detail on the handle. And then he comes with a very large sword. And you have to apologize, I don't know the names of all these weapons. Still very new to this stuff. He comes with a bone sword, which is really cool. And then he comes with this crazy bone dagger looking thing. Very spiky. Very cool. See. Oh, and then his last weapon is this big, huge staff spear looking thing, which we just saw on the skeleton builder that I reviewed last week. And as you can tell, the difference here is this has got all kinds of paint detail, and this was from the builder pack that kind of says, hey, paint me. So you can see how much detail it brings out when it does get painted. It's pretty amazing. So this came with this figure. That's not all. It comes with the usual belt, leather belt, that you can put your weapons on with a little loop right there. He comes with a shield, which this thing's just fantastic. I love the detail in the rivets and the spikes. Looks great. And what's really cool about this shield is you can pin it either way you want with the provided piece here for him to hold either on this hand, or you can do it on either hand. And then this piece here can plug into his back, which is right here. So you can plug this in here and you can make him have like a turtle shell, and he looks really good that way. I really like him when he doesn't have his, you know, his armor on, which is what we'll talk about next. So why I like this figure so much for people who haven't played with Mythics yet is it gives you the ability to do what Mythic Legions are really good about, and that is customizing. So they give you a whole torso, armor torso. You get this little piece here to put on, and it plugs into the armor pretty well. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. The camera's not focusing as well as I thought it would. And then you also get these shoulder pauldrons, which kind of go with that armor. Or since he's wearing armor that's kind of bronze color, he also gets these really cool shoulder armor pieces here as well. And we'll put a few on this version here in a minute. And then he also, yes, there's still more. He also has this piece here that you can put between the waist and the legs. And then you have this piece here that can be changed as well. So you could put this piece here, a loincloth here like that. And this piece will come off here, and you could change this as well. So, and then before we get into the other interesting pieces here, he comes with a boulder, like a ball and chain. You can wrap this around his leg so it looks like he's captive. So there were two versions of this that was released. There was a normal version, like what I have, and there was also an exclusive version with an exclusive head. I do not have the exclusive head, but I do have the normal. He comes with 4 heads. The one he has on, then he has one that does not have any paint, like so. Then he has this armor plated style with a helmet, which is really cool. And then he kind of comes one, I guess you could say this is the same head without the helmet, if you wanted to. But you could display this guy like 4 different ways, and even more than that. So I'm going to set him up, and we'll check him out with some gear on this way, and then I'll do some popping here in a second. All right, here's a quick look at him with the shield and just one shoulder pauldron on, a little sword action in the back. Got his bone saw sword, and with that head, you can see how already the figure has changed dramatically, just for these little subtle things. So the next thing I want to try to do is I'm going to try to pop the armor on and see what he looks like. Just a side note on any Mythic Legions, whenever you start pulling off the waist, the torso and the arms and stuff, or with any popping, honestly, it is highly recommended if you have a new figure to, and even any other time, is to use a hair dryer, like on a low setting, just warm up the areas that you're going to start popping. And I personally have not done a lot of this, so I'm a little nervous. So we'll see what we got after this. All right, guys, we did a quick pop and swap here so you could see this other armored torso and a new head. I used the other pauldrons, gave him that big old hammer, and it's amazing how this looks like a completely different figure now. I even changed the waistline here and put the other on. This is what the original was right here. So we took his bare chest, and this is what's left. Pop the arms off, put the new torso on, and put the other head on. And I'll put on the other heads real quick so you can kind of get an idea what those look like. Okay, here is the orc head with the helmet. I also went ahead and put his other pauldrons on. I also gave him that really cool neck guard piece. Now, to remind everybody, when you use these pauldrons and these neck guards, it does take away some of the articulation and the amount of movement you have, and how much the head can look down and stuff. But aesthetically, it's awesome. It looks amazing, and he may stay like this really on my shelf. I'm going to put one more head on, and then y'all can see what that one looks like. And here's the last head we haven't seen. This is the one without the war paint. It's just a green face and the beard. And again, I feel like I really would love to have about 2 or 3 more of these figures, to be honest, because there's so many different ways that you can make these orcs. You could have this awesome army of orcs, and an unlimited supply of weapons and tools that you can use. It's just, man, this is a great pack. And if y'all can still find it, so from what I've seen, you can find this pack still for about 75 to 80 bucks. Even on eBay, I'm seeing 100 shipped, which isn't too bad. So, and these have been popping up periodically on Big Bad Toys here lately. And if you're out at a convention and you see some of these even cheaper, I'd buy 2 or 3 packs of them. I'm quite honest. If you can find these cheaper than $70, I honestly would get 2 of them, because you can have so much variety that I think it's so worth it. And you can really grow your ranks and your fractions that you start to build in the Mythic Legions. So I'm definitely going to try to get my hands on one more of these, especially. And yeah, awesome figure. Very, very awesome. At this time, this is one of my favorite figures, I won't lie. After I got this out of the pack last night, he ran up pretty high on my list, because it's just awesome. But yeah, if you have anything to say, anything you want to talk about Marvel, Mythic Legion wise, leave a comment. If you like this video, give it a like, and if you like this content, subscribe. I will be getting into some prop building in the near future. Time has just been weird lately. I'm still working things out, but we're going to try to keep this ball rolling with videos. Trying to keep it once a week right now. We'll see where things go after that. And just want to thank you guys, and remember, enjoy your pastimes. We'll talk to you soon.